Ciao fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Bari, Italy, and today we're going to talk about are the 6 best day trips that you should take when you're staying here in Bari, because there's so many great things to see, not just in Bari, but in the region around here, that if you rent a car, if you want to get a driver, you want to take a bus, there's all kinds of great places you can go. And I think the first one we need to talk about is the sassy city of Matera. And I'm not saying sassy, I'm saying sassy, because sassy means stones, and when you go there, you'll see that they actually dug out caves and people lived in caves there. When you're there looking on the other side of the gorge, you'll see the caves that people lived in until about 1,000 years ago. And when you're in the actual city part, oh my God, it's just gorgeous with all the stonework that's there. But what you'll do is if you stay there, you get a chance to go into some of these sassi, some of these homes, and you'll see there's like the facade, but then you go in and you see how they dug the room from room and room out of the stone, and it's just incredible to see. And then the history you learn about the area, it is just incredible. And when you go around, I gotta warn you, there's a lot of steps when you're there and a lot of uneven pavements, so you gotta be ready for that. But honestly, you can stay there, it's romantic, it's beautiful. I mean, you probably recognize it from a few movies you've seen over the years, whether it's a James Bond or Passion of Christ or other movies that have been filmed there, because you really feel like you've gone back a couple thousand years when you're walking through the stone city. I mean, it's incredible. And the thing is you can see how the people lived and how things have been redone, and actually they've remodeled some of the sassi into actually hotels and hotel rooms you can stay in. So it's really kind of cool. But I gotta tell you, if you're there in the evening time, climb up to that high peak and take a view of the city at twilight with the lights on. It is just gorgeous. And the thing is, it's not just the stone part of the city. I mean, there's churches you can see around town. There's a few museums that you can check out. There's a contemporary art museum. When you go there, there's also the Baroque part of the city you can go to. So you have some history and some more creature comforts as well. Now to get there, it's about an hour drive from Bari. It's a little over an hour on the bus. If you want to take the train, it takes a bit longer, maybe an hour and 45 minutes on the train, just to let you know for that. So that's one of those options you have, and that's actually probably the best one. The city's like 60,000 people in total, so it's actually a real city, so you can stay there. And if you don't want to stay in the sassi, you can stay in a normal hotel. So there's lots of things there, but it's a real city that has incredible stuff to see. Now the second place to check out is Alberobello. Now Alberobello is full of the Trulli houses. If you're not sure what the Trulli houses are, it's stacked stone on top of each other that have kind of the cone on top. Believe me, you'll see it in the tourism stuff when you look at Italy. It'll pop up, and when you go there, there's parts you feel like, am I at some kind of like Mars colony or something? I mean, it's a small town, but it's really cool to go in and see how they were made. And there's all kinds of shops you can check out, and the wines that are there are really good. But that's a nice little half-day kind of thing to go and visit. So we've got some history out of the way, right? But let's think about it. You're coming here to Puglia, you're coming here to Bari, you're thinking of southern Italy, you're thinking of the beaches, and probably one of the best beach towns to go to is Bari Amare, which is a gorgeous town to check out when you're there. This is the place where you want to go and get one of those the grilled octopus sandwiches. Yeah, that's one of the good places for that. And the thing is, there's a small beach in town, but you'll see that fills up quite quickly. There's actually beaches farther out of town that you want to actually go to, but I will tell you, you do need to rent a umbrella and chairs when you are there, because it gets quite full. And your hotel will be glad to kind of fix that up for you before you go, so it's already arranged, so you're not worried about it when you get there. The thing is though, when you're walking around Bari Amare, this is definitely one of those places that Instagram has really helped out, because you have all the beautiful settings, whether you're on the piazza or you're walking around, you're taking in the bridge, you're taking in the beach that's there, but also the cliff diving that happens there, the competitions that happen there. I mean, it truly is a beautiful place. And the thing is, it's so popular and it's so kind of limited in the space it actually does have. A lot of people really do make it a day trip, because it's only about 30 minutes on the train, 40 minutes on the train from here in Bari Centrale directly to Polignano Mare, and the train station there is like right in town, so you're totally fine. If you are going to stay, make sure you book ahead. There's a lot of B&Bs you'll stay at when you're there that you can get, but just be aware of that. Now, if you want a combination of beaches and historic looking towns, you also have Monopoli, or Monopoly as some of us like to call it, but Monopoli, it's this cute, small, historic town. You've got the fortifications that are there you can check out with the castle. There's the churches you can see when you're there, the beaches that are there as well, but it's one of those places that's a nice little small place to kind of wander around. And if you don't have a lot of time to go and explore one of the pretty cities farther out, like Alberobello or Matera, that one's like 25 minutes to 55 minutes depending on what train you get. but from here in Bari, so it's actually a really easy day trip to do. Now, if you need another beautiful whitewash city to see here in Puglia, you have Astuni, which is another day trip you can do from here. The usual beautiful small town with the winding streets and everything and the piazzas. I mean, that's another nice thing to do, and that's why it's getting lower on the list, because you want to do the other things first. And then if you want to do something a little bit more adventuresome, you want to go and see a cave system, you have the Castellana caves that are here. And the thing is you have to do a guided tour when you do that. You can't just walk in, okay? So the tours go relatively regularly, but the English ones, they always have English ones at 11 and 4 p.m. And there's different types of tours you can do. There's an hour-long tour or a 2-hour-long tour. I do recommend doing the 2-hour-long tour, but make sure you dress appropriately from your clothing to your shoes, just so you're ready to be in those caves. Because honestly, it's one of the biggest cave systems in the world that you can go explore. So it is something more adventuresome to see, okay? So these are 6 day trips that we recommend you do if you're here in Bari. Maybe you don't have time to do all of them, but I thought it was a good idea to give you kind of a range of things to do. So when you're here enjoying the beautiful city of Bari and you want to do something else, you have some easy day trips to do. So I wish you all the best. Hope you have a great time here in Bari and around Bari. If you want to learn more, maybe the don'ts of Bari or what to eat when you're around here in Puglia, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all those things, and we really appreciate your likes, subscriptions. And if you like honest travel videos like this that give you great ideas to go travel, do subscribe, because we put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And I'll say ciao from here in Bari.